Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Welcome back to my tutorial series. This is part 5 where we go through the industry career agents. This is for you guys who want to build stuff, the kind of crafty types. Career agents are basic missions, just to give you a bit of an insight into the activity of EVE Online. If you guys are a complete newbie to EVE Online, you're interested in EVE Online but don't know anything about EVE Online, go check out part 1 of this tutorial series. I explain everything from the ground up. Now let's get into it. Industry in EVE Online is an important part of the game because the thing is, this is a activity that forms the basis for all items in the game. So almost every item you find in the market is made by real players. So if we go here, go to, for example, this railgun here. These are very likely made by real players who put this up here in the market, and these are made then through industry. You can see here, industry. There's a recipe here how to make it. So if we see what this mission wants us to do, is they want us to mine some Veldspar. Veldspar is a very common ore, and we get actually a miner we can actually use on our Cormorant. This Cormorant seems to be very multi-purpose right here. We can actually just put the core probe launcher in our cargo bay and actually just put our miner 1 on it. And it says here, you can't because your ship doesn't have any turret slots left for fitting. Since the miner is considered to be a turret, we can actually just remove one of these launchers right here and then actually just put a miner here instead. Okay, so we have to mine 1000 Veldspar at this location. So let's go warp to this location. And Veldspar is a very common ore. It's one of those ores that you find a lot in high sec. You don't really find it in other places. It's mainly a high sec mineral, so it's it's quite cheap, but it's also very important ore. So it's not like completely useless. It's very important ore. You need it in almost everything. Veldspar is like almost like the iron in real life, that you need metal for every single thing. This is like how common Veldspar is used for everything. So we can see here we've got some asteroid with Veldspar right here. The range of our miner 1 is 10 kilometers, so we can just start shooting this miner on this rock here and it's going to start mining. Everywhere in EVE Online can be mined. There's stuff to mine. You can go on this mining tab and you can find asteroid belts. You can mine to them. You can also find anomalies like here. Like if we click anomalies, you can often find, like you see here, asteroid belt remnants. That's an example of an anomaly that you can have ore that you can find there as well. So you can have these asteroid belts, you can have the ore anomalies, and in different regions of space you get a bit different ores. So in null sec you get certain types, in low sec you get certain types of ores, and in high sec you get certain types, and there's a lot of Veldspar you can find here. Mining is a very passive activity, so all you just do is just sit here and have your mine active. So it's a very AFK friendly activity. So if you're, for example, doing computer work, what some people do is actually they just have their EVE Online in a second monitor or something and just have them mining. But it's important when you're doing this kind of stuff never to go fully AFK, because there are people who will suicide gank, specifically miners, because they think it's very fun. So we've mined 460, it says there. We've got 460. We need to get 1000 of this Veldspar, then we'll be able to complete the mission. There's a very big progression for miners in terms of their ships. The very entry ship that is almost everyone uses is like as a very complete newbie is the Venture. It's a very basic ship. It is also a very trusty ship as well, because it's got something that makes so that it's got warp core strength. This makes it so that if someone is using a warp scrambler or warp disruptor on it, it won't work, because this will be able to warp away anyway because it's got some warp core strength. There's also bigger ships like capital ships like the Orca and Rorqual. These are really endgame mining ships that are really powerful, much better than this Venture here. This Rorqual, you see how expensive this is, 2.6 billion. This is like the best mining ship you can have. Then very more common ones are like the Skiff. This is a Exhumer, and you can also have maybe the Corvator. This is another type of mining ship. That's a little bit cheaper, but it's still a step up from the Venture. So how do these ores then become items? Well, what happens is, this is very brief. There's a lot more. Some items have a lot more complexity to this, but in general, you would say that you take these ores then that I mine, you take them then to a station that has something called reprocessing. So if we look here, click on the station, click info, and let's see if we have reprocessing. Yeah, there we go. Reprocessing is there. So we've got actually enough Veldspar, so we can actually dock now. The thing you would do is you take this ore to a station with reprocessing, and you can actually reprocess this Veldspar into titanium. So this is like kind of like if you talk in like Minecraft terms, like the smelted version of this Veldspar, like the refined version, so to say. And this is what you use to then make ships. So if we go to the Cormorant ship we're using now, Cormorant. Show info on this, and like every ship has an industry tab. If you do show info, and you see here, to be able to produce a Cormorant, you need a Cormorant blueprint. Then what you do is, if you have a blueprint, then you have to get these minerals. These minerals you can get from, as I said before, reprocessing something you've mined, such as those Veldspar I've got here, and these other ones like pyrite, mexalon, isogen. These all, you get them from other types of ore you mine. Then what you do is you go to this industry tab that you see here, and if you were to have a blueprint, then you'll just put it in here. So now it says like it's red here because I don't have a blueprint, but you would have these minerals. You click start, it takes 2 hours, and then this will be baked or produced, and you can do more if you had enough minerals for it. Now this is something called a blueprint original. This means that I can use this as many times as I want and produce as many Cormorants I want as long as I have the required input materials. You can also do something called a blueprint copy, which is you make a copy of the blueprint, and it works the exact same way as a blueprint original. The only difference is that you can only produce a limited amount of Cormorants or ships. So for example, a blueprint copy could have maybe 5 runs. So I could do 5 Cormorants, and then this blueprint will then break. The point is, these originals are a lot more expensive than the blueprint copies. These blueprint copies are a lot cheaper. So that's why these can sometimes be used then to make these copies, because these are a lot cheaper if you want to just produce a small amount of ships. This is more like if you want to mass produce a lot of ships, then you would maybe have a blueprint original, or you know that during a long period of time you're going to produce a lot of ships, then it's probably good to have an original, because then you'll be able to produce as many as you like. Okay, let's go and complete the mission. So we've got our Veldspar and request for a new mission. Now we have to refine our Veldspar into titanium. So we've got some extra right here because it wants 150 titanium. So this is how you reprocess it. Then you just right click and reprocess, and then you get this menu up, and you need to pay a little bit of a tax to be able to reprocess, but you can do that. We've got the titanium now. Accept, complete, and that's as simple as that, this mission right here. Now we need to produce this 1mn afterburner, and a 1mn afterburner is a afterburner, but we're getting now a blueprint. So we get now a blueprint copy. As you can see here, I explained to you before, blueprint copies have limited usage. So you can see here, it's only got 2 runs on it, so I can only use 2 of them, and this emission wants me to give him 2 1mn blueprints. So we go here, use blueprint, and then we click start here because we want to make this, and we'll do 2 then to be able to produce this, and it will take a bit of time. It'll take 9 minutes, and we just do start here. But if you can't be bothered to wait those minutes, you can always go into the market tab, 1mn civilian afterburner, and be a bit cheaty right here. Just buy a couple of them to complete the mission straight away. So you will just buy it and then complete the mission. That's how you can do it, because otherwise you just wait there and wait until this blueprint job is finished. So you can see here it takes a bit of time. Request a new mission. Okay, so in this mission we need to have 7,000 titanium for this guy, and then we also need to destroy some rogue drones. So since we have to destroy some rogue drones, what we can do here is we can be a little bit cheaty. What we can do is actually we can go here and just buy this titanium. We don't have to go mine it, and then we can take our destroyer to go and take out the rogue drones. So we can just go here, mine this, or not mine it, but get this. So we've got this available. You can see here now it's ticked. Now we have to go to this location and destroy the rogue drones, and go to with our destroyer. There we go. We've got all these drones here. We have to take them out. Just lock them up, and we're probably going to one-shot them, I can imagine. Let's see here. Boop, one shot. One shot. Oh, that was so easy. Let's go back and give the titanium to our mission agent. It should go really well. Talk to the mission agent and just complete the mission. So now we have to do a bit of hauling. Hauling in EVE Online is a very common thing because people sometimes need items at specific locations. For example, in dangerous locations, in low sec, null sec, and that can then sell those items for a bit of a premium because of how it's that a bit harder to get stuff out there. That's something I often do in null sec. Actually, I bring items to null sec and sell them for more expensive than they are in high sec. You can actually haul stuff in very different ways. You can use very fast ships that are very hard to catch to haul very small items that are very valuable, or you can maybe move bulk items that are not so valuable in big freighters or transport ships, like for example a Providence freighter. This is a huge ship. You can see here if we go in the tab, it's 2.4 kilometers long, really big ship right here. This can haul so much stuff. It's what you would often use to move big large quantities through high sec that are not so valuable but are very bulky. So that's exactly what freighters are used for. You also have other types, such as a blockade runner, which could be, for example, a crane. This ship right here, the thing that's unique about this is it's able to use a covert ops cloaking device. This means it can warp to different locations while cloaked. Standard cloaking devices have to be turned off when you start warping, but this one can use a covert ops cloaking device, which makes you able to warp and be cloaked at the same time. So you're very sneaky and can get by very dangerous locations of space. So we have to go to this location Olo. That's what they want us to do. They want us to transport these crates of electronic parts to the system of Olo in this station right here. So now I can dock here into this station. You can see that there's a hollow square. That means there's a station it wants us to go to. Dock here, talk to this guy and complete the mission. There we go. Request a new mission. And we have to go back to Uitra, or back to the place the mission hub where we were before. Alright, now we're back at the station. And you know something I think we should do here is to actually make a fitted venture to have a good mining platform. Because that's what we can do actually. We can actually go and use the venture that we got from that previous mission. Double click it. Double click it to assemble, and it takes a bit of time sometimes. And then let's see now. Okay, let's see how many miners. We've got a few miners here actually just lying around. I think we got it from some of the missions. Just drag in there. Can only have 2. Let's put a micro warp charger so we can move around very quickly. Something we can actually do is put a small gun on actually. Let's see if we can put this Gatling railgun. Nah, okay, we can't do that. Now I would like to have this to have some kind of offensive capabilities, but you can see here you need drones, and we don't actually have any drone skills right now. So actually I don't think the venture will be so good if there's some combat, but it will be mining quite quickly. So actually I think this will do for now. Let's see what our next mission gives us. Okay, so now we have to make this cap boosters, it seems like. And to use these cap boosters we need all these items right here. Okay, so we've got this, and if we use this in the industry, so we could cheat, but for the purposes of just showing how it works, I will not cheat, but we could cheat by just buying all of these right here. And then we can just use these to manufacture this cap booster. But the point is, I want to show you how you can find ores that you need. So you need these minerals. So tritanium, we know we got that from Veldspar, right? The pyrite and mexalon, let's see what we can get this from. So if we go in the description, we see that in high security, we get this from Pyric series and Scordite. So Pyrites, Pyric series, and Scordite. Let's see what we get this Mexalon from. So you get it from Pyric series on Plagioclase. So let's go for Pyric series, since we will get both Mexalon and some Pyrite. So if we just go in our venture, we're just going to go and look for some Pyric series. So what we'll do is actually, we'll just go to the asteroid belts and see what we can find there. See here, go in the mining tab. Go to some of the asteroid belts and let's see what we find here. Okay, let's see if we've got any Pyrox series here. You can go in the mining tab and just sort by type. So we've got Scordite, Veldspar. Okay, so there's not the type we want. Let's go to the other belt. Let's see if we can find some Pyrox series here. They're just Scordite here. And this is something that can happen in EVE Online. Sometimes some ores are very sought after and they'll all get mined out almost straight away. So you would, I guess, have to find them from the market if you really want them so much. But we need for these cap boosters Veldspar and Pyrox series. So as long as we find some Pyrox series, then we should be good. But it doesn't seem like we're finding any Pyrox series, which is really annoying. Maybe in this asteroid belt remnants. Let's see if there's something here. Remember, I said you could get ore in asteroid belts, but you can also get it in these ore anomalies right here. So let's see if we find any Pyrox series here. Nah, nothing is here. What about this one? Just Veldspar. Just Veldspar here. Let's go to the last asteroid belt that we didn't go to before, see if there's anything there. And every single asteroid has been mined out here. So there's clearly a lot of mining that's been going on. So there's clearly no Pyrox series here. We'll just go back and buy some from the market then, because you can always do that. I mean, people sell them. They sell them for a reason, because they managed to get their hands on them. And that seems like the case here. Otherwise, if you really wanted to mine them, you could explore the nearby systems, and I can imagine you'll find them. There's actually a good graph here in the EVE Uni wiki, where you can see here, where you can see all these security statuses where the different ores spawn. So 1.0 and lower, Veldspar Scordite, 0.9 and lower, Pyrox series, etc. So we are in 0.9, so we should be able to find some Pyrox series, but unfortunately we did not. So if we go here and use the blueprint, we can see here what we need is these, put it in the industry, and if, let's just say I did mine some Pyrox series. So let's go to manufacture and research, Pyrox series, we can find a few here, and go here and reprocess it, and we get some of these resources right here. And see here, we've got these now, so we can just reprocess some of our Veldspar, and we need a bit more actually Veldspar than just 80, so we can buy a bit more. Pretending we're mining. Reprocess, then we get a bit of titanium. We could always start this off right here, but it says here that we need to deliver this 1MN civilian afterburn that we did before, because we can't have, due to the lack of skills we can't have two like manufacturing jobs going on at the same time. So now we should be able to start this. You can see this. There we go. But we can always do this a bit faster by buying a few of these. So let's buy maybe 30 of these, and then we can complete the mission. There we go. Okay, so the next mission now involves a bit of transport. So similar to how we did before, how we transported something. So now we're going to transport some cap boosters, as you can see here. And we're going to transport them to a potential buyer, apparently, according to this mission agent. We can get into our destroyer and take our cap boosters with us. So 20 we need. So it says there we need to drop off 20 in Unpass. So we right click and set destination to Unpass. Double check that we have we've got the cap boosters, 20, yes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Simple as that. Very simple drop off mission. There we go. The system was right next door. This reminds me a bit of trade sometimes you can do for profit. So sometimes people will offer like, okay, I need to get this item, I'll offer this much for this item. Like you'll see a buy order in the market, for example here you'll see some buy order somewhere that is very high, and then you'll see a sell order that's very low somewhere. So you can then buy it from that sell order that's very low, and then transport it to that place where there's a buy order that's very high. Maybe it's like a very long distance, so that's essentially what they're paying a premium for. So then you can earn a bit of profit if you sell it there for a profit. So that's kind of what they're trying to simulate here, that we're transporting this cap booster here because there's like a buyer here. So request a new mission. Let's go back to the mission hub first. You know, this guy's funny actually. He looks a lot like some university lecturer, I know. Okay, so now this mission, they want us to produce a civilian Caldari shuttle. And unfortunately, you can't buy this from the market. You have to produce it from this blueprint here. It's a special type of shuttle that you can't just buy it normally. They're being a bit cheeky here. They want you to have to actually do this properly. You know, we can't just cheat there like I did before. So we can actually just deliver these cap boosters that I actually made before, so that we have a free slot here, and we can actually we need a bit of titanium. So what we can do is, since we could mine it, but if we want to be a bit quick, we can just buy it from the market here, and then we can just start production, and we just wait these 4 minutes until it's produced, so that we can finish the mission. Okay, there we go. Civilian Caldari shuttle done. Complete the mission. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so now we have to destroy some enemy ships and mine some ore. We'll do this actually in our Cormorant. We can put the miner there, and since we're going to go in a bit of combat, I'd want to have the Cormorant because it's pretty damn beefy. Remove the ammo, remove one of these guns, put the miner here. We can also remove these scattered relic analyzers and just put the shield modules instead. Oh, we don't have enough CPU. CPU, yeah, is something you can use that is like you, so you can't just put unlimited stuff on your ship. So we'll just remove one of those and keep it like that. I'll accept this and go to the location. It seems like we also have to bring a production assistant as well that is there. Group all these guns and just load them with antimatter. We're going to blast into these guys' faces. Go mining. Let's see if there's any asteroids. Yeah, there's one here. Kernite. Okay, we can activate his mine on it. I think we have to just mine a bit. Wait until the enemies spawn. So we're apparently supposed to act as a decoy by mining. Mine. What's going on? Where are they? No one's here. Hello? Anyone there? Okay, there he is. Pithy Arrogator. I think we'll maybe one-shot this guy. This is so easy. Oh, there we see he's got dropped a cargo container. So if you don't see this on the overview, you can always add it to the overview like that. Remember, I removed them before because they were just spamming cargo containers at the station. Do one cycle of the MWD to get that scientist or that assistant we need to bring. There we go. Bring him back. And you dock up in the station. Okay, stop the mining beam just to collect all the kernite. Okay, there's the production assistant. Oh, thank you, AC Facey. Thank you for rescuing me. Okay, complete mission. Request the last industry mission. Okay, so we're gonna get Badger here, and a Badger is one of those. It's a cheap variant of a cargo ship. So remember, I was talking before about freighters. This is a very cheap version of like a transport ship. So it seems like here we need to produce a Bantam. So we get a Bantam blueprint, but guess what? We've already got a Bantam from the previous mission we did in the exploration one, so we can just complete it straight away. But otherwise, it's just the same thing. If we just accept this, we get the blueprint here. If you don't have the Bantam, you can right-click here, show info, buy all these ores, or you could just look for a Bantam on the market. And there's a lot cheaper than buying those minerals anyway, so you can just buy it and then just hand that into the mission. But in our case, we can just complete it straight away. So there we go. Industry Create Agent done. Part 5 over. Time for Part 6. Part 6 is going to be about business. A little bit of the general business activities you can do in EVE Online. I talk a bit about trade. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it useful or liked it in some way or another, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.